Yes, everybody, Russ and the West Ham Network, hope you're safe and well. Happy Friday! Another week has been done. Congratulations. And obviously with the impending announcement of Kwasi Somerville being a West Ham player. So a very happy Friday to you. It's Hammers Headlines in association with the KUMB.com boys. Lunchtime we did our sort of have your say. We talk about formations and things like that. But check out leesamotherbrand.com for the latest news, reviews, and opinions. 3 stories as per usual. We love a story here, don't we? We love a story. So let's crack on like Donkey Kong and talk about our first one. Particularly if I take off, that's better. Now, according to Claren Hugh, including the Somerville signing, we expect 5 more signings by the end. So 4 more signings by the end of the summer transfer window. That's according to Claren Hugh, who expects a very busy end to the transfer window. Still just under a month left before the window slams shut. Obviously, Somerville, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, you'd assume a striker, whether that be Duran or Falk, the Falk as I've called him. And then I would suggest a centre-back, whether that is Talibo, whether that is Soulé, whether that is Joe Gomez, Trevor Chalobah, maybe another centre-back, Bruno. Maybe we can talk about Bruno, no. And then, by the sounds of it, a central midfielder, whether that is Endo or Arias or someone we're going to talk about in a minute. So it could be a very busy end. Considering last year we didn't have a single signing until the 10th of August, which was Alvarez, and we'd also sold Declan Rice. I think we're in a slightly better position than people are giving us credit for internally. Let's talk about revolving targets. As I said, in terms of who it could be, that striker could be the Falk, or it could be Duran. Now, we don't really know which way this one's going. We seem to be giving out information and misinformation all the bloody time. I'm not being funny. Anton did a show 36 hours before we'd had a fee agreed for Somerville, saying it was off. We're walking away. And now we fully expect it to be a West Ham shirt in the next few hours. Now, apparently, the Falk, Duran, it's like a revolving door of targets. Who's next? And one's back in the revolving door and one's come back out. It does seem the Duran deal potentially could be more likely now. With Aston Villa apparently loosening their grip on how much they want for the Colombian international. Now, they were asking, previously was asking for a lot and was very much a case of, okay, we're trying to make their demands. They kept on moving it. It's very tricky. As a result, we switched apparently our attention to Falkirk. And since then, Purcell agree, they talk about the deal and the structure of the fee. We know he's a proven striker, but the general consensus was most people saw more potential in Duran than the German. Now, it does seem there's more twists than a helter-skelter, than a roller coaster at the moment. Now, could the Nicholas deal be a smokescreen? Or couldn't it be a smokescreen? We're literally second-guessing ourselves. I thought it might have been, but the fact is, because both players are so different, if there were similar players, if it was Duran or Eli Wahir from Lens, or you could see one or the other. By getting the Falk or Duran, they have totally different ways of working within this team, within a Lopetegui setup. So I don't know. But according to our good friend Florian Peltenberg, who seems to be getting along quite a bit at the moment, getting around about. But don't forget, he was the only one to have done a one-to-one interview with Tim Steinen since joining West Ham. So keep that in your back pocket. He's claimed that the Hammers could walk away from the deal to bring the Falk to London Stadium due to Borussia Dortmund's demands to the 31-year-old. They're apparently asking for £25 million. West Ham are only prepared to pay £20 million. And as a result, the Duran deal apparently is back on, with Aston Villa loosening their lowering their price for him. It suggested that personal terms have been agreed with the South American, with the Colombian international striker, and now Villa only want 25 million for him. A dramatic drop in the last sort of few days. He reckons Peltenberg reckons finalising a deal won't be so much of an issue for Duran. So we still don't know. And I love it, and I'm all for it. And I love being played by Tim Steidten. He's three, I'd hate to play him at chess because he's always 3 moves ahead. Now, one area we obviously are looking at apparently is the central midfielder. Obviously, the Fofana deal we were looking at resurrecting. It looks like AC Milan are pretty much, although they're refusing to pay the 35 million that we are apparently willing to pay for Youssouf Fofana, the French international. But another name that has come out of the woodwork is the Paris Saint-Germain midfielder Carlos Soler. And according to the Keep, West Ham have been deemed a potential destination for him. The report claims that West Ham apparently been testing the waters to PSG for the 27-year-old. Alongside Brighton, Aston Villa are also mentioned as potential suitors. He made a name for himself when he was at Valencia, earning a £17 million move to the French capital a couple of years ago. Hasn't managed to cement a place in the starting 11 as such. He's looking at maybe moving elsewhere as a future. He's been compared to the likes of Santi Cazorla, Juan Mata, David Silva, and he also mentioned Pablo Fornals as being a player that he admired in terms of his the way he plays in the Premier League. Well, he did play the Premier League, of course. Carlos also was part, I believe, of the Spanish national side, which Lopetegui managed, and he's always someone that he's kept a keen eye on in terms of his progress. So one of his favoured players. There's been no discussion about price tag. Obviously, Paris would want to get as much money from as possible, but we have been linked to other sort of central midfield players, Ricardo Rios from Palmeiras, obviously Fofana, Endo for Liverpool, who Anton did a show about this morning. So it does seem we can see, and I think whether Tim has got first choice, second choice, third choice, that seems to be what we're coming up to now. We've identifying key positions all the time. So it looks like we've got the left winger sorted. Striker, I think, is next, and the right back probably simultaneously. Then the second centre back maybe, and the midfielder. I said 5 positions that Claret and Hugh reckon that we are going to be bringing in 5 new players by the end, 5 additional new players, not including obviously Somerville, including Somerville rather. So 4 as well as Somerville. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, we keep an eye on what's going on. Check out thesearmybrand.com for latest news, reviews, opinions, and also keep an eye on the West Ham Network. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff. Until next time, have a great weekend. Take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Much love. Bye-bye.